might have to put my coat on. It's all right.
That's what coats are for. Welcome back. This is the There Will Be Bond podcast. We are covering minutes 85 and 86. That's Rob Smith over there complaining about the cold.
Yeah, it's bloody freezing.
It's not freezing.
It is freezing.
Jesus Christ. All right, I'm Pete Brooker. How are you all doing? So we're going to record this a bit out of sequence. Well, for us at least, and it's going to make sense later down the road. You're not going to have to know all the ins and outs, and it's probably best if you don't.
It's just dull.
We're going to put this one in the tank, and the only reason I'm telling you this is if anything happens in the world of Bond over the next 2 weeks,
we don't report on it.
We're not going to talk about it on this episode. So,
because you're on holiday again.
Yes, I'm off to Orlando. I'm going to get my trotters up. That one's for you, Mark Hernandez. I'm going to put my trotters up.
You've only just been to Austria.
He's in Orlando with his trotters up.
Every week you're on holiday.
And we didn't want you guys to go without. So if there has been any groundbreaking news, then go somewhere else for that coverage. Go to the Bond Buzz. Why not?
But we're still available on social media.
Well,
I am anyway. You're going to be busy with your trotters up.
How available are you on social media, Rob?
I'm on Instagram. So if people want to talk Bond on there, I'm happy to chat Bond on there.
Okay. Don't see you post a lot of Bond on there. There's a lot of
gardens.
There's your
weather.
tulips coming into
season.
Yeah,
because spring is coming. It's important.
God, I've set him off. All right. Well, look, talk about the weather, Rob. You're very excited. You put it on the agenda.
Do you know what? I was really happy this morning. Do you know why?
Go for it.
So when I left my house this morning to go to work at 6:45 a.m., I could actually see my car. That is a first. I could see my car. It wasn't pitch black and I'm fumbling around. I was like, oh my God, I can see my car. This is amazing. So this is worth reporting. Okay. So it means we're getting a little bit more light in the morning.
This is why I said we need to put the weather at the end of the show.
Oh, fuck off. And the other thing, right, but I'm a bit cross about, apparently yesterday there was some sun. I didn't see any sun. Did you see any sun yesterday?
No, I haven't seen sun in a week and a half.
No. And I feel cheated because apparently there was sun yesterday and I missed out on that. That's all I was going to say about the weather.
All right, thank fuck. By the way, this was supposed to be my day off, right? Because typically we do all the Bond stuff, prep the show, I then put it out on YouTube, Instagram, do the newsletter, do the YouTube, and it all goes. And then Thursday, I'm like, brilliant, it's all done. I'm literally putting my trotters up for the weekend. But because we fucking decided to cram another show in, it's like this is happening on the Thursday.
But it's not work though, Pete, is it?
No, not really.
No.
It's feeling like it at the minute, but generally it's not.
The moment it starts to feel like it, you've got to knock it on the head.
Well, we have. Oh, have you been up to anything Bondian this week?
I have.
What have you been up to?
I booked another holiday.
Oh, where are you going?
Another Bond holiday.
Look at you.
I've reserved my place and paid my deposit. I haven't paid the balance yet because it's rather a lot of money. Martin has announced the details for his second big Bond holiday of the year, which is to California and Nevada. For the 40th anniversary of Review to a Kill, we're doing all the San Francisco locations and Oakland, and then hopping over to Nevada for Diamonds Are Forever. So it's going to be 50 years of Diamonds Are Forever that was meant to happen 2021. Obviously didn't happen because of COVID. That was put on hold. So I thought, hey, while we're sort of in the vicinity, let's go to Vegas and do all the diamond stuff. So it's a sort of two-parter holiday. So you could sign up to both or one part of it. And we're going to Slumber Incorporated.
Nice.
So that's going to be cool. So,
yep.
Coach trip to a crematorium. Mm-hmm. That's going to be very jolly, isn't it?
Oh.
But
does he have to book that?
Yes, I think so. I don't think you can just turn up with a coach load of Bond fans taking photos of graves and stained glass windows and shit.
Do you think you'll be able to actually get in one of the coffins and go through
the well, I hope not. I won't be attempting that. But yeah, I was in two minds as to whether to do the whole thing, because I've done all the San Francisco and Oakland locations before on my own in 2010, and it is a lot of money to do both bits. And obviously I'm going to Istanbul, that's a lot of money in end of May. This is going to be in early September. I was like, oh, shall I, I can't really afford it. But then I thought, do you know what? It's like the Vegas bit is 4 days. And it's like all that way from London to Vegas for 4 days. It's not worth it, is it? I might as well do the whole thing. So I thought, sod it, I'm just going to do the whole thing. So I've signed up to that. So that is big bonding thing for me that I've done this week.
And you're going to Alcatraz as well on this, right?
Yeah. That's.
You've done it before?
No, I didn't do Alcatraz when I was there before. So that'd be new for me. I was doing Vertigo locations as well as A View to a Kill when I was last there. So that took up a lot of my time. And Herbie, of course.
You sent me the video of Herbie on top of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yes.
Huh. Okay, all right. So how does Herbie get on top of the Golden Gate Bridge?
He goes up the wires.
Yeah, but how does he get on the wires? There's no mount and dismount. He's just going up and down the wires.
Well, he's Herbie, isn't he? He obviously jumps off the road onto them.
I'm really jealous. I'd love to have gone to this one. I sent the brief to Anastasia. Oh, do you want to know what she said?
Oh, you're changing the subject now. I thought we were going to continue talking about Herbie. And
No. That was it. That was it for Herbie.
Oh, because there's more.
That's all the Herbie chat.
Well, there's like Mason O'Farrell Garage. That inspired Tomorrow Never Dies, you know.
Okay.
When he
It's
jumps
called
off
the
roof.
There Will Be Bond podcast.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was Tomorrow Never Dies. That's Bond.
How many people in the Bond community are also Herbie fans?
None that I know, but I'm sure
there
there are some
There
out
you go. Right.
But Herbie Rise again, seriously, that inspired Tomorrow Never Dies. When Herbie goes round the Mason O'Farrell car park in San Francisco, and he's being chased by 3 limos around the Helter Skelter. He gets onto the top, onto the roof of the car park. Okay, just like Tomorrow Never Dies, when Bond's BMW's being chased in the car park, goes up onto the roof, and then Herbie leaps from one building to another. And they're like, "Where on earth is she? She's gone." And the little old lady, Mrs. Steinmetz, who's sitting in the car. So I reckon that inspired Tomorrow Never Dies with the whole scene in Hamburg and the BMW leaping off the roof.
Nobody else has joined them dots. This is a scoop?
There you go. I think that is a big scoop. Honestly, I'll find the link. We'll post it in the show notes, and you can see for yourself.
So Herbie is quite a kids film, right? It was
family,
but then. A lot of people like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang normally let it go when they grow up and just get into Bond, Die Hard, or Commando, or Total Recall.
You saying I haven't grown up? What are you saying?
I don't think any of us have grown up. I think that's the whole thing. I think that's the reason why we do all this.
I mean, I've got a fucking replica Herbie.
There you go. You're only making my argument, Rob. Well, anything Bondian, you've done that. Oh.
Yeah, what have you done? Anything Bondian?
I mean, I've spent the last couple of days in the basement organising my rocks because Anastasia's away all week, so it's the only time I really get a chance to sort out my James Bond rocks.
Organising them?
Yeah,
what do you have to do? What, do they move?
Well, they're not really appropriated in the right place, and some are still in like the whatever bags that I've got from the hotel at the time, you know, or one was in a sanitary bag.
Sorting out the display.
Yes, so I'm curating it.
When you say organising, I thought you meant you're like moving them around because you're like they're not in the right place. But okay,
yeah, I'm putting it all in the right place.
Right.
So I've been doing that. I'm going to come back to that, but I also bumped into Eddie Marsden yesterday. Right, you know who Eddie Marsden is?
Yes.
Right. He's been in loads of films.
Yeah,
right?
I know him. Yeah.
So
what, is he a Chiswick resident?
I don't know, but he was just out. I was walking Roger, like I normally do on my normal route, and I bumped into Eddie Marsden. I thought, and I spotted him a mile off. I'm like, there he is. Should I go up and talk to him? I'm like,
no, don't.
What do I say?
Don't.
Like, what film?
Leave him alone.
Yeah. So I left him alone.
Yeah.
And
because it'll just be weird.
So he passed me, and I passed him. I had this thought. There should be more famous people living in Chiswick.
There are lots. Well, we've got Timothy Dalton for a start.
So this was 6 years ago. I've been living in Chiswick. Never met Timothy Dalton. The real estate guy goes, when he's showing Anastasia and I around, he goes, here's the garden, here's the summer house, and he goes, if you stand on top of your summer house, you can peer into Timothy Dalton's patio. Or words
you
to them
shouldn't have said that. How unprofessional is
I'm
that?
paraphrasing, but he was saying, your neighbour is Timothy Dalton, he's just on the other side of the street. And I said,
stalk him.
Get the checkbook out, we're taking this place. And ever since then, I've been, that my walking route is conveniently going around.
Going past his house, just in case.
Just in case he's putting out his
recycling.
Right? 6 years down the road, everyone's met Timothy Dalton but me. I go and get my pictures
Seriously?
framed. I get my pictures framed. The framers met him. I go to the brewery to pick up my London Pride. The guy behind the bar goes, "Oh yeah, I saw him
Really?
walking down." Yeah, so he is around.
Perhaps he's heard that you're stalking him and he's avoiding you.
Well, I did send a letter to him once with his stamp. You know, you can get the bond stamps.
No.
You know, you can collect the Royal Mail bond stamps.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
They have the edition with the bonds.
Yeah, I know.
And so I wrote him a letter and I posted it to him.
How old were you?
Oh no, this was last year.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
But I put his face on his stamp on the letter
And pushed it to his door.
No, I posted it. I wasn't familiar. What was the point? I wouldn't have
By
put,
hand, your stalky neighbour.
Yeah, if you do it by hand, it is stalky. But if you post it with his face on the stamp,
It's just fan mail, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I sent him a bit of look.
And what did you say?
Look, I can see you from my garden shed. I said, Tim, when you're doing the eggs in the morning, put some clothes on, will you, please? No, I did. I asked him for an interview for the book. And he
blanked
you.
you.
No, he blanked me.
Oh, bastard.
Okay, all right.
Bastard.
So I'm trying to chase this thought that I had. So I'm right. Eddie Marsden's there. He's been in a lot of films. You got Colin Firth just down the road. He's
Rula Lenska.
Rula Lenska's who?
Rula Lenska. She lives in Chiswick. I used to see her all the time in Cafe Nero.
I don't know who she is.
She's married to Dennis Waterman.
Oh, okay.
She was that redhead.
Is she famous though?
Yeah, she's very famous.
All right.
She did Big Brother. She was in To the Man Born.
Was she famous before she went into Big Brother?
Yeah, she was in To the Man Born.
But the first thing you went for is Big Brother and Dennis Waterman's
But
wife.
she was famous in the 70s.
For what?
To the Man Born and other stuff.
Okay.
And Valerie Leon lives off Chiswick High Road near where I park, near the Pilot Pub.
I know. My framer has a picture of her in his jacket pocket. No, in his car, in his glove box. Yeah, in his glove box.
That's fucking freaky.
It is.
That's
yeah.
stalkerish.
He goes, I've just got a picture of her in the glove box. I keep it with me wherever I go.
Oh my God.
Does
he know her?
Yeah, because I think he framed a load of stuff for her.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. She's lovely, but that's a bit weird.
You
to
have
do that.
Hugh Grant. Now, he grew up in Chiswick. I'm not sure if he's still around. Anyway, my point is, I was sold on the dream that when you move to London, especially to Chiswick, which is, it's not Hampstead Heath, but
Claire
it's
Balding.
I have seen Claire Balding.
I've seen her carrying 2 boxes of wine down the high road.
That's Claire Balding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, no, I haven't. I've only seen her in the local paper because she opened up that Pride
Moira
Rainbow.
Stewart. I saw Moira Stewart in Sainsbury's.
I've seen Moira Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen Moira.
There
At
you
the bus
go.
stop. Yeah, I've seen her at the bus stop.
Oh, she catches the bus, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Makes you get
slumming
cabs.
it. Yeah.
Oh, dear. See, there are some. There's lots.
Right, you think that living in London you'd have all of
Sophia
these...
Ellis-Bextor, I've seen her in the pub.
I've not seen Sophia Ellis-Bextor.
And Snappy Snaps. I saw her in Snappy
Look,
Snaps.
Rob, I'm
Sorry.
trying to get to my point. Just stop fucking reeling off names of people that no one knows, right? So, as I'm walking Roger, I'm like, crikey, I've never seen Tim. All I've seen is Eddie Marsden, a bit of Moira Stewart. Ray Stubbs is an arsehole, I've seen him. But like, you haven't seen like this huge cornucopia of Hollywood stars that you would dream of when you live in London and somewhere that's quite nice, right? And then Roger's there and he's taking a piss on this mattress that's on the street. So I don't know if you've seen as you drive down our street, Rob, there's this mattress that's been on the side of the road for at least 2 weeks now.
No, I haven't seen that. Thank God.
And Rog sniffs it every day and he takes a whiz on it every day. I'm like, fine.
No, it's
I'm like, this is instead of having the likes of Timothy Dalton walk past, or bumping into casually, I don't know, Daniel Craig or whoever it might be high up.
That's disgusting.
Well, someone's left their fucking mattress on the street for 2 weeks now and counting, and nobody's
Have you
picking it
not
up.
told the council? Just report it. They'll take it away.
Opposite me, someone. You can't. The council don't do fuck all. The council don't do anything.
That's what you pay your council tax
You
for.
think you do. You think you would do, but I've not seen the. I've not seen the mayor.
I had this in Kingston.
I've not seen one politician in the whole 6 years that I've lived here, Rob. Not one politician.
That's outrageous.
Right? A car drove through a fence opposite us a year ago. I saw it happen. I took pictures of it. The guy got out of his car and just walked off. The car got towed away, but the fucking fence and all the hedgerow has not been replaced, has not been put back together.
You're joking?
Yeah, it's just a huge gaping hole. You will see it on the way out. You'll see it on the way out. I'll show you.
What is wrong with people?
So my point is that London is a shithole because there's no community.
No.
You might know people in London, but you don't know your neighbours. You don't know people upstairs. All right, you're in Fetcham, so this doesn't really count. Right?
Yeah, I'm
You're all
outside the M25.
This is, so I can't go to my neighbour. How about getting that fucking mattress off the street because it looks like hell? Because I don't know him. And I mean, I could post a letter to him like I did Timothy
Really?
Dalton.
You don't know your neighbour? You never.
No,
spoke
he's
to your
like
neighbour?
no, he's not next door neighbour. He's like 7 or 8 down. But that's the
Right.
point.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I do know my neighbour. He's an arsehole.
Right.
Yeah, and he threatened to kill my neighbour on the other side.
Oh Jesus.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
It's a delightful area you live in.
But this is Chiswick. This is
Hey, all
West
this
London.
money.
This is Rich Whitey town. Look, I'm not Rich Whitey. I'm not saying my missus is either. But this is typically you'd
Oh
associate.
God, Chiswick's like Millionaires Row.
You work in Chiswick. You
Yeah.
know Chiswick. I'm not.
It's very very upmarket part of London.
Right, and I'm not saying this to be some kind of rich arsehole or sound
No.
like one, but this is not Bethnal Green.
No.
This is not the sort of place where you'd expect to see a fucking mattress on the side of the street that stays there for 3 weeks. But
No.
because this is London, you have everything in London. You have rich parts in shitholes. Vice versa, you have poverty in affluent areas just down the road.
Yeah.
You've got all the drug dealers hanging out down
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I can't remember what my point was. I think it was spying on Timothy Dalton.
It was.
But and seeing Eddie Marsden. And,
Yeah. And that mattress, basically. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's what you were saying. You've been sold this wonderful life
Yeah.
by the estate agent.
Yeah.
And you're just left with mattresses that stink of piss.
Exactly that. And also people's idea of what London is and what Britain is in general is so far off what it is in reality. Everybody thinks it's like Tweed and Sherlock Holmes and the Royals and hello. Everyone thinks it's Thomas Felix Crichton. It's not.
Well, it isn't Fetcham.
It's not Fetcham.
No, Fetcham's nice. Surbiton, that's classed as Great London. You know, when I moved to Surbiton, I bought my flat on the same road as Art Malik.
Oh, did you see Art Malik?
All the time.
Really?
All the time. Saw him in his front garden. I saw him in Waitrose. All the time.
Did you speak to him?
And I actually, the reason no, I didn't speak to him, but I have met him, but that was separately at a theatre. It's a bit stalkerish. Maybe I shouldn't say this.
It's
I
all
don't
right.
know.
It's all right.
But
He's not listening.
When I
trust
was,
me.
well, he might be.
He's
when
not.
I was renting a flat round the corner from the one I eventually bought, I knew Art Malik lived in Surbiton. That was common knowledge. He'd lived there for years. But then he was actually on the news, on the local news. I don't know if you remember. It was tragic. There was his daughter's boyfriend drowned in their swimming pool. This was about 2000, 2001, I think. Yeah.
Wait. Art Malik's boyfriend's daughter.
No, Art Malik's daughter's boyfriend.
Good. Important to get that right.
Her 21st.
Right.
So she had a big party at a hotel opposite Hampton Court. And then after that, they all piled back to the house in Surbiton. He had this big house. He's got a swimming pool in the garden. It was tragic. The next morning, the daughter's boyfriend was found drowned in the pool. He was a fireman, 21 years old, and they'd obviously OD'd on drugs and absolutely awful, yeah. And Art Malik, parents had gone off to bed, and that's what they found the next morning. And so obviously it was all on the London news. And they had him standing outside his house with all the press talking, and then it was in the local paper, and it said Art Malik of Cranes Park, Surbiton. I was like, oh, Cranes Park, so where's that? Got the old A to Z out. Oh, it's only around the corner.
My God.
Right. So I went walking round from my flat to find his house, and I found Cranes Park. It's a lovely road, lovely trees, and I was like, that's the house. That's where he was. That's it. So that's where he lives. And I was like, oh. And then when I was buying a flat the following year, and I was looking at all these shit flats, and then one came up for sale on Cranes Park, 4 doors down from his lovely house. It was a small purpose-built 60s block. It was a real mixture of flats and houses on that road. I was like, oh, I get to live on the same road as a Bond star. How cool is this? So I bought it. I bought the flat because it's the same road as Art Malik.
I love the fact that you use his time of weakness and vulnerability to do all your stalking. And by the way,
You've got to cash in on these things, haven't you?
you didn't just walk past it. You fucking set up camp. You bought a flat.
Bought a house, flat 4 doors down from him.
So you then saw him all the time.
I did, and and we even had a street party for the royal wedding. I was really hoping he'd be there, but he wasn't, because that's when I met everyone else on the road.
But you bumped into him loads of times, but didn't speak to him.
Well, I didn't bump into him. I just saw him walking his dog. I saw him in his car. I saw him walking up and down the street. I saw him in Waitrose.
Right. How about this? How stalkery is it, next level, when you don't own a dog, but you think, in order to talk to Art Malik,
borrow a dog?
No, buy one.
Buy one.
You've already bought the house. You're already pot committed. You're already all in at this stage.
Yeah,
you may as well get the dog.
That is next level. I didn't take it that far. I could have borrowed my mate's greyhound. I could have done that and like just driven the greyhound over to Surbiton and walked up and down until I get a chance to. And then the greyhound would talk to his dog, and then you get that's the opportunity. That's
your way in. Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough stalker talk. Let's get on with the minute.
Stalker talks.
But no, hang on. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Oh, kind of. Yeah, the way we're recording it. Yeah, right.
We're recording it on the 13th. It's going out after Valentine's. But have you got any plans? You and Anastasia?
Anastasia's in Africa, so I'm just going to be watching Yellowstone.
I've got
Series 5 to crack on with.
Arranged for Interflora flowers to
She's
arrive?
in Africa. I'm not going to send fucking flowers to Angola.
Can you not get onto like a florist in Angola?
Rob. I can
Will
barely
she not be cross?
No, she doesn't give two craps about this.
Okay.
She doesn't know when Christmas Day is. That's how much she doesn't care about consumerism.
Okay.
But
so,
what are you doing?
At least you're in a relationship and you don't have to pretend you receive loads of cards like I do.
What are you doing for
I'm just
Valentine's?
going back to my man cave to get drunk, stick a Bond film on.
Oh, what one?
I don't know, I haven't decided. Maybe From Russia with Love, because I'm going to Istanbul. I'll put that on, that'd be cool.
And it's romantic, it's got love in the title. Well, Rob, before you came round, we said we don't know if we're going to have anything to talk about. But now we've smashed through 30 minutes already of stalking Timothy Dalton and Art Malik.
Well, that's all right, isn't it?
Shall we crack on with
let's get on with it,
minute 85 of Casino Royale? So we left it. Bond has gotten into the shower with Vesper, both fully clothed. We're going to pick it up now. This is minute 85. We'll see you on the other side. He's just taking his bow tie off there.
It's like there's blood on my hands.
Blood on her hands. Licking the fingers there. I don't think that will get blood off, you know. Is it the right minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the right minute. Yeah, I've played with you. Honestly, it's all good. This is minute 85.
Okay, because I've got this as minute 84.
No, it's 85. Oh, Rob. Oh, there we have it. So Rob's confused. He thinks this is minute 84 because we're recording this out of sequence. We're jumping ahead. Rob, I'm never doing this again. I'm never fucking doing this again. Right? We're going to record all of them in sequence. We're never putting anything in the tank ever again.
I have got notes for this.
We've been back and forth all day with what minutes we're going to record, when they're going to be released, and you know what? I'm done. This is it. No more. All right. Bond and Vesper in the shower, still fully clothed. The music's lush, isn't it? In this minute, it's really nice.
It's absolutely beautiful, and it complements the scene so perfectly because it's a tender scene, isn't it? Some people, and Michael G. Wilson talks about this in the commentary. Some people single this out as the best scene in the film. Do you remember when we spoke to Terry Bamber? He said this is the best scene in the film, and it's such contrast, isn't it, to what we've just witnessed in the stairwell. The brutality of that, and now the tenderness that he can do while he's comforting her. We talked about this when I saw Robert Wade in conversation, because he said it was Daniel's idea to get in the shower.
Well, Terry Bamber said that as well.
Right.
When we interviewed Terry.
Yes, because originally it was written in the script that he comes in, she's in the shower, and then he goes and turns the water off, and then like picks her up and cuddles her.
Do you think it would have been better if he did what he did in Skyfall, which is just walk in naked?
Oh.
Just kind of
come up. Fuck her.
That's that's his modus operandi, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I know what I would do.
What?
I would be fucking fuming with her because she's ruined that gown that I just spent all that money on. Like, what the hell do you think you're doing, woman?
Yeah.
It's dry clean only, that is. You've ruined it.
That is a write-off.
Yeah,
that is a write-off.
I'd be furious. I'm like, fucking get out. What do you think you're doing?
It is Skyfall, isn't it? Yeah, it's Skyfall.
Yeah,
he walks in.
Yeah.
And
some people have issues with that scene.
I love it. I
think it's fine because
Bond. I like ballsy Bond.
People have real issues with this. I remember going to a Q&A about this, and with Michael G. Wilson. Were you there in 2022? They had that Q&A at the National Film Theatre at BFI.
No, I missed that one.
Michael G. Wilson was there. Barbara was meant to be there, but then she just cancelled. But they had that woman there. I've forgotten her name now.
Marley Spillo?
No, she's like a film person. Anyway, she was trying to sort of stir things, and she was going, "Oh, do you regret that scene? Do you regret putting that in Skyfall?" And he was like, "No. Why should I regret it?" And he was like, "Well, it's like rape, isn't it?" And he's like, "No." She was expecting him. She had 2 glasses on the table. She was disappointed when he didn't turn up. It's not rape. She welcomed him in the shower. She was glad that he was in there. She wanted him. He's not raping her. And she was like, "Whoa, well, I don't know. He's forcing himself on her in the shower and all this shit." Honestly.
Look, when they interview guys that go on telly that know Bond, like they'll interview Bond fans like Mark O'Connell or David Zawadzki, and they'll do like a news bit or whatever. And they'll go, and the typical question is, "Do you think the next James Bond should be a woman?" And I'm like, as soon as people ask that question, just don't bother fucking answering. Just get up and leave.
Yeah,
it's all this bullshit that is where we are today with society, with my dog pissing on mattresses in the street.
Oh, God.
Right? That's what we come down to.
I know.
I just like Bond to have a bit of forward momentum in general. You know, he's just kicked ass in the casino, right? He's just stepped over a Komodo dragon. Yeah, yeah. He's beat the crap out of everyone.
Yeah,
he is the elephant seal that is now going back to his woman and going, "Yeah, I'm having my reward, sweetheart."
And she invited him.
Right. She said, "This is where my boat is.
This is when I leave."
Yeah, this is
she
the
had
address.
2 glasses, 2 champagne flutes on the table.
Yep.
Not one. And she's clearly disappointed when he hasn't turned up.
Yeah.
So that is not, I'm sorry, that is not rape. She wanted him. She invited him. And she got him. And she was pleased when he joined her in the shower.
Yeah.
Well, and that's another thing in this film, isn't it? Because they had to morph 2 of the fingers, didn't they? Originally, he sucks 4 of her fingers, doesn't he?
Right.
And then they were watching it on previews, and apparently a lot of women objected to that and said, "Oh no, that's almost like a sort of finger sucking fetish thing. That's a bit creepy." So they then thought, "Oh shit, we better change that." But rather than reshooting it, they went into post and they got a special effects guy, and I do have his name written down somewhere. He managed to morph 4 finger licking or sucking into 2 finger sucking, and I've no idea how that was done, because it's all in one take. There are no edits. It's totally imperceptible. You'd never know.
Well, they do say that in commentary. There is some kind of digital
that's what I'm saying. Well, there must be something, but you wouldn't see it. You can't notice it. It's not you.
I've got to look out for that then.
Well, I've been looking out for it for years, and I haven't seen it. So that's when CGI works well. Yeah. You know, that's when they should use it, and that was all done in one take. That was just brilliant performance from both of them. Actually, I think
I like in the commentary they say that we're all
Steve Biggs. Sorry, that was his name. The visual artist. Sorry,
gotcha. That they're panning out. The camera is because they got the glass pane there. But they'll get the reflection of the camera. So all of the camera guys in the background, they're all like dressed in black tarpaulin. Right. Yeah. Or whatever.
That's right.
So if you look,
you can see
closely,
the
they're
camera,
all like
but only it's not like Man with the Golden Gun where you see the whole camera crew in the mirror.
No. Or The World Is Not Enough, where you see the camera on the crane as it goes through Waterloo Pier.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah.
You know, there's a scene in Death on the Nile where you see a member of the crew crawling through on the reflection of the mirror.
No.
Yeah.
I think mine's better because it's Bond.
Well, yeah. It's Lois Charles, though. Bond girl. She's looking in the mirror.
Anything else to add to that minute, Rob?
I mean, it's...
Here's one. He is having a bit of a gamble with the shower, isn't he? The temperature.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not his room,
no.
For a start. It's her room.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you're cold." She goes, "Yeah." And so he just adjusts the temperature. Now, that could go either way.
He doesn't even really look at it, does he? He's looking at her. He's reaching up.
How many times have you been in a hotel shower, Rob, where it's been a fucking coin toss?
Oh, it's
which
a
way?
nightmare.
Look, you don't even know if this is the temperature. This could just be to turn the shower on or off.
I can never get those things to work.
And he just glibly just flips a lever behind him. That could have gone into one of my cold showers, Rob, and then that would have been it.
Yeah.
Right? But he's like, very casually, "Don't worry, I'll heat you up." I went, "No, fuck, it's freezing." That's
or boiling.
Oh,
he scolded her.
Yeah. Very casual.
Screaming.
Very casual.
Why What are you doing? Get out! Go away! Leave me alone!
Yeah. How did you get them burn marks all over it? Yeah. That must have been a prop. That little lever that he threw.
It must have been.
Yeah.
I have to say that, but getting back to David Arnold though, I mean is that the Vesper theme? Yeah, I think it is. And of course you have that in Quantum as well. Those haunting 4 notes on the piano. At the
And
end.
No Time to Die.
And it recurs throughout the film. Yeah.
And,
I mean it's just beautiful, isn't
and
it?
Spectre when he finds the tape, right?
It's so haunting. It's so beautiful. It's so simple. It's a wonderful I mean that is David Arnold at his best, you know. That is genius to create a theme like that's so recognizable to Vesper, and using it and not overusing it, using it only when it has most impact. I think it's just brilliant.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
He does love the royalty check. I spoke to him about that.
Oh really?
We were at dinner with David. All right,
David Williams. You're name dropping.
I
here,
name
Pete.
drop. No, but I'm just trying to remember who was at the table. So Calvin Dyson was opposite me.
How'd you get invited to these things?
That's right. So I was next to David Arnold, and David Williams and Dyson were opposite me. And he goes, yeah, well, I am in No Time to Die. That's right, because we were talking about Hans Zimmer and what he liked about No Time to Die. He goes, and Arnold goes, well, I am in it. I was like, what? And I was trying to rack my brain. Oh, the Vesper theme just goes to the grave, and it's got that little.
Oh, I thought you meant him, like he did a little cameo. He's like, where are you in the crowd? Where are you?
Yeah, he's the one doing the motorbike jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he does like, he must get a royalty check.
Oh, yeah, he will do.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps on giving.
That's nice. Yeah. That's nice.
Although not a credit, though. I don't think you see his name in the credits anymore.
You do if it's his instrumentation of the James Bond theme that they have at the end of Casino Royale. If they play that, and they usually do, I think they do have that over the end credits of a lot of the films, because the credits go on for so long, they have to fill it with something. They usually have that. Yeah.
Rob, I think we've been bloviating enough about 2 fully clothed people in a shower licking each other's fingers.
Where's Rog? He's gone.
He's under the table.
Is he?
Yeah. Well, we've hit pause. We've watched the really 007 boys talk to...
Oh yeah, they're just doing a live. While we're recording, with my phone lit up saying, hey, we're doing a live.
So we hit pause on the recording and we just watched the live stream for about half an hour.
Yes.
Anywho,
we've got to crack on. We can't
better
sit
crack
there all
on.
night listening to that.
We've got to crack on. Rob, what have we got coming up next? It is minute 86.
Yeah.
We left it with Bond and Vesper in the shower. The camera's panning out. It's
Beautiful
a very,
scene. Very touching.
intimate scene.
Yes.
Let's see what happens next. This is minute 86. Take it away. Oh, fuck. Microphone stand's just collapsed. Bond's just walking into the bedroom here.
Yep.
He's having a quick look. Vesper's asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bless her.
He looks a bit Clive Owen there.
I think you've got a thing for Clive Owen. Now he's on the balcony. Oh. Hold on a minute. Hit pause here. Hold on a minute. I've just thought of this. Mathis is in the room with Vesper. He's in Vesper's room.
He is.
God, that's a reveal, isn't it? Yeah.
What is he up to?
And by the way, why isn't Bond going, hey, what the fuck happened here last night? How come you're in the room? I was the one that was in the shower with her. I got in there with my clothes on.
Maybe something happened that we don't know about.
That's not
in between.
Yeah.
There's a whole spin-off we could do about that.
Do you think Mathis is in the bedroom after she gets out of the shower, like Bond in View to a Kill? Vesper, where have you been? Vesper, like smoking, because you know he just smokes all the time.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Yeah, he smokes in all of his films.
Does he?
Yeah, you want to see? Was it Giancarlo? Johnny Giancarlo?
Yeah.
He fucking he smokes like a trooper. He does. Anyway.
Is he still alive, or has he died from lung cancer?
No, he's still going. All right, sorry. They're on the balcony. He's hitting play on his phone. The ring's going on. Oh, bodies are in the boot.
Being dead doesn't mean one can't still be helpful.
Oh, Rob. How about that? We got it. Nice end. Nice end to that minute. I think that's the first time I've ever hit pause on a minute halfway through playing it. But anyway.
It is, actually.
So, Mathis, Bond on the balcony. Mathis has dealt with the bodies. He's put them in the trunk of the henchman's car. Trunk. What did I say? Boot. Sorry. Boot.
We're in England, not America.
Okay.
The boot.
You're right. You're right to correct me.
If you're in
The
America,
boot.
it's the trunk. If you're in England, it's the boot. For our American cousins who don't know what a boot is, it's not something you put on your foot. Well, it is. But it's also the boot of a car.
Do Americans say bonnet?
No, they say hood.
Yeah.
And I've heard you say hood. I nearly corrected you before when you've said hood. That's like the roof of a car.
I watch
a convertible.
I've been watching Yellowstone like non-stop,
and it's this American lingo is rubbing off on you.
And you got to say everything twice. The second time you say it, you got to ride off on a horse because it sounds really powerful.
Okay.
Yeah. And when your phone rings, you look at it and say "God damn it" before you answer it.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to ring you tomorrow
because you're a cowboy. You're out in the hills. You're trying to have a nice breakaway with a family. A couple of marshmallows on the campfire, and the phone goes, "God damn."
God damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
Anyway, well, Rob, you're fanning around on your phone.
I'm just quickly looking something up. It's fine. It's relevant.
Okay, fair enough. So the henchman looked him up on Wikipedia. His name's Leo. It's his car.
It's his car. And it's nice. This is what I'm looking up. The car. It's a classic.
What car is it? I wanted to know.
This is what I'm trying to find out.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen this car before. I think it's a Russian car, you know.
Yeah, it looks real vintage, doesn't it, in retro?
Yeah, so I like it though. I really like. We should get your car book downstairs. It'll be in there, won't it?
He's popped the boot. Yeah, and there's bodies inside, and the police have handcuffed him. But what I thought was interesting was this guy is the henchman or one of the henchmen of Lashif. But it says in the Wikibon fandom that this is probably the only henchman for Lashif and Quantum that has lived in this universe.
As far as we know.
Yeah, everyone else is out of the game.
Alive. We better watch our backs.
Yeah, him and Aid.
Well, he might still
come back.
He might still be in prison. I mean, he obviously gets arrested.
True, yeah,
because he gets framed. That's really rather clever, isn't it?
Mm.
But how does Mathis get them in the car? How does he get the keys to unlock the?
Mathis has got a real job on his hands, hasn't he? I mean, he's got to get him out of the stairwell.
Yeah, I know. It's like poor old Mathis. It's like fucking hell. I've got to sort all this out.
And
cheers.
By the way, he's already said at the beginning of the film, there's no cavalry coming over the hill. It's just me, right? So he's got to get them big boys out of that basement.
Yeah,
right?
He's got to
schlep them.
Job.
He might even have to haul them up the stairwell as well.
Done.
Yeah.
Has he got help?
No, he just said it's him.
It'd take him all night to do that.
Right.
And he's got to avoid any hotel staff that will be wondering what he's doing.
Yeah. No wonder he's popped into Vesper's room at the end of the night.
All this stuff that goes on that we don't know about. Exactly.
And he looks quite chipper about it. Like, if this was you and I, and you just came out onto the balcony, I'd be like, do you realise what I bloody had to do last night?
Yeah.
I had to get them bodies, wrap them up, haul them up the stairwell, throw them off the balcony, put them in mateys' boots.
Sat in the shower.
Yeah. Playing poker in the shower.
Yeah.
I was also thinking, there is a shot in this scene. I don't know if you caught it, Rob. I'm going to play it again and freeze it. So there's a shot in this minute where Bond looks the most like the man from the milk tray. You ready? So there.
So that's why you sent me
look at that
advert. I wonder why you sent me
that.
But
look at that. Advert. Look at that. I'll just throw it back.
He hasn't got a black polo neck on.
No, he's got a t-shirt, but it's a silhouette.
Yeah,
it's more Milk Tray Man.
Yeah. It is a bit, isn't it? It's cool though.
But
Milk Tray Man is a bit James Bond though, isn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's what they modelled Milk Tray Man on.
Yeah.
Well, the original Milk Tray advert was
1970.
Was it 1970?
That one you sent me was from 1970.
Right,
I had no idea they were going that long.
Okay, so here it is. There it is. The guy at the top of the cliff. Look, he dives off a cliff face.
Yeah.
Bang, into a body of water. There's a massive shark. He sees the shark, swims off. Shark gives chase. And now, he's inside the boat. He's dropped off a box of milk tray. He's left his card. This bit I like. He's already seen the
I love the music.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Do you know what? He's looking very Roger in Live and Let Die, even before Live and Let Die came out, in that black get-up.
All because the lady loves milk tray. But that was 1970. Let Roger out the door, mate. Sorry, he wants to go chase the foxes. Go on then, Roger. In the garden. Go on then. Go get them foxes. There he goes. So, the guy that dives off the rock face there, his name is Alf Joint.
I've met Alf Joint.
No.
Yep.
When?
1992.
Wow.
Pinewood.
Nice. Because he doubled for Connery and Goldfinger.
No, he was the guy in the bath who got electrocuted in Goldfinger.
Really? That's him?
Because he was the one, because you know the story behind that. Originally, it was meant to be someone else, and he was a cat burglar and got done for cat burgling and couldn't come on set because he was in a police cell. And then like, shit, we've got to find someone else who looks Mexican. And they chose Alf Joint because he had high cheekbones. So he was suddenly brought in to do that scene. And he was the one who got electrocuted. And he was at one of the fan club conventions at Pinewood. It was either 92 or 93. Right. I think it was 92, the 30th anniversary one. And I've got his autograph.
Oh, book. Nuts! Did you know that was him though when I showed you that video?
No,
really?
No, I didn't know that was him.
Okay, so Alf Joint is the man for Milk Tray.
He's done a lot of Bond though, I think, as well as Goldfinger. I think he's done a few others.
Possibly, I don't know that.
You have to check on IMDb.
Martin Grace, who's doubled for Roger Moore.
Was he Milk Tray?
He's also Milk Tray man.
Wow.
Yeah. He took over from Alf Joint.
Wow.
Yeah, John Orty will tell you about this, but I'm pretty sure it was Martin Grace took over from Alf Joint, and when Alf Joint threw himself off that rock face to dive into a body of water, broke his shoulder. Right.
Jesus.
What I like about this advert, so the whole concept is the man from Milk Tray surreptitiously going in, breaking into a woman's apartment, leaving a box of Milk Tray and fucking off. He sees as he's diving off the boat, he sees the shark in the water, like a 20-footer. Puts a Dewey knife between his teeth and then just dives in the water. I'm like, mate, that's not going to help you with a fucking apex predator. So that was. But if you watch, I don't know if Milk Tray ever made it to the US. The man for Milk Tray.
I have no clue.
Right. If you're out there, Alex Lamas, has the man for Milk Tray ever made it to the US? Or David Zariski, you're a US.
Or Carl Barbeau.
Or
our three American listeners.
Our 3 American listeners. Has the man for Milk Tray ever made it over there? But that actual shot of Bond by the window just before he checks on Vespa, that is the most man for Milk Tray shot of all the Bond films. Yeah,
you're right. Do you know what? I never made that link, but you're absolutely right. Yeah.
And you said we wouldn't have anything to talk about in this minute. See?
Well, I wanted to talk about his washing powder.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay.
Well, no, because you sent me that advert, and I was like, oh god, I love those old adverts, and it made me think of that Persol New System advert from 1983, which I had on my original Star Wars recording. It's a great advert. Did you actually watch it?
I did, yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it got me thinking. I wonder if because it was Persol New System as opposed to non-biological, like the new system. I thought, God, I wonder what Bond used.
All right, this is the advert you're talking about. You can't see how happy Rob is right now that I've played this advert.
I love
His face
it's so
is
cool.
Grinning ear to ear.
It's a classic.
All right, we're not going to play it all. So,
play it all.
No, I'm not playing it.
So you want production number? That it's great.
It's no man for Milk Tray. No one's diving off a rock.
He's not cost a fortune to put together. But the point is,
did anyone put their shoulder out doing stunts for that?
That's might have fallen off that big Persol automatic box. But the point is, I reckon Bond buys Persol, but I reckon he's a non-biological guy. I don't think he's New System. What do you think, Pete?
I don't think Bond does any washing.
Of course he does washing. He doesn't just walk around smelling.
He gives all of his tailoring to Q, doesn't he? Does it in Octopussy?
What? Q doesn't do his washing for him.
No, but he patches things up for him, doesn't he?
He doesn't. He's got to do his washing every week. I mean,
no, I think he just nicks other people's clothes.
I mean, I know in the books it was May. She was his housekeeper.
There you go.
But in the
movies,
think
he's going to May? Hey, what detergent are you using, May? Why don't we use?
Well, I mean, he's got to get shopping, hasn't he? He's got to do. What
May does all the shopping. Surely.
Surely he gives her a shopping list.
He hasn't got time.
So she makes the choices as to what.
No, I don't think Bond does any of his own washing. I think he'll do dry cleaners, but he'll send his housekeeper to do the dry cleaning.
Right. But in the movies, we don't see May. So
we don't see him fucking ironing either, Rob. We don't see him like sorting out his whites from his blacks and organising his sock drawer either.
Well,
he's got more pressing things at hand.
Yeah, but he's still got to do it. Someone's got to do it. So I reckon he does it. And I reckon he spends his Sundays whatever doing his laundry and his bed linen and all of that, and he's got to go down the shops and get all his food and his provisions, hasn't he? He's got to do all that.
No, he eats out. He eats out. He doesn't do any.
What, every
cooking.
night?
Yeah.
But he's got a kitchen. He's got jelly molds on the wall of his kitchen in Live and Let Die. He makes jelly.
Oh, he makes coffee as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. I love those cockerel jelly molds. So he's got a kitchen, and he does scrambled egg. You know, he makes scrambled egg.
In View
Well,
to a
that's
Kill.
in.
Well, he makes omelette.
He
in
makes.
View to a
Well, he
Kill.
makes a quiche. In
quiche.
View to a Kill.
No, he makes an omelette, doesn't he?
He says it's
What
an
is it?
omelette. It's a
It's an omelette.
quiche de cabernet. What
quiche
is
de
it? An omelette.
Oh, okay, yeah. God, I love View to a Kill.
Yeah, he can cook. Yeah, he can. I think he knows his way around the kitchen. I think he knows how to use a washing machine. So yeah, I mean, he's got to get. Anyway, we've gone off topic here, but
all right. Well, maybe we'll do a poll because you can do one of these polls on
Yeah,
Spotify. What detergent does Bond use?
Is he Ariel? Is he personal new system? Is he personal non-bio? Is he bold?
Yeah.
What else is there?
Oh. Is he a brand man or does he just
Yeah.
go for the cheap and chips? You know,
No, he's brand.
Tesco's
I reckon
finest.
he's personal. He's not like fucking bold and all that shit.
I think he's just dry cleaners and tailors. Anything else he just steals from washing lines or something. Rob, this has been emotional. I think, unless you've got anything else to add, that's probably about it, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, with that, Rob.
Oh no, I found out what that car was.
Oh yeah, what was it?
It's a ZIL or ZIL 4104.
No, how did you know that?
I found it on
Let's have a look at it.
imcdb.org.
All right, let's have a look at it. I want to see. I want to see the front of it.
ZIL, it's a ZIL 117, 1960. Well, it says 1971. ZIL 117.
Let's have a look. But that's just the back of it. I want to see the front.
Well, you can't because they've done a still from the film.
Yeah. Oh, but
That's
there must
how
be
that website
all right.
works.
Look, there must be a.
Well, yeah, if you
If you
Google that,
Google it-
if you Google that
Yeah, all right.
car, it will come up.
Okay, all right.
But that's what the car is. So yeah, that's what I was desperately trying to find out.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
On that bombshell, where can people find you, Rob?
Instagram, FetchemLad77.
All right. If you want to see Rob's tulips sprout at the
Yes.
sign of spring,
Yes.
then that's the place to go. Anything else? Maybe come to There Will Be Bond on Instagram. That's where most of it's happening.
Yeah.
Until next time.